series of live webinar. I'm glad to be your host. My name is Engineer Mercy Soon, a Jessica engineer. Okay, so just joining our channel or you are new to our channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Help us share to a wider audience. Maybe our targeted audience might be on your page of Digital Skill Hub community. I'm glad you're getting value in each of our webinar series. Thank you and have a wonderful webinar experience. Okay, so today we'll be looking at how to get some people come to freelancing and then they are bound to complain, oh, I need to get connection, I need people there to have employment. Unfortunately, freelancing is not like a government job that you need having, right? So we'll be looking at how to get job referrals, building credibility and opportunities from scratch. So we'll be looking at how you can build credibility and opportunities from scratch. Let us proceed. You probably heard this before, or clients. You need to know someone on the inside, like I said before, or maybe you've been told that the tech space is too saturated. Now, what I want you to understand is that there is no room for beginners in anything. Everybody has a space to start up. So do not be deceived that there is no room for beginners. Everybody is a beginner, or every successful freelancer or business person was once a beginner. So do not be deceived that the tech space is too saturated. There is no room for beginners anymore. That's not true. Let me be honest with you. People with no network, no referrals, and no connections get high-paying opportunities, myself included. And today, I'll show you exactly how you can do that too. If you're joining, let me see your presence, and also let me know if you can hear me so that I can proceed. Make precious. Can you hear me? I believe you can hear me. All right, so before I go today straight to the point detail, I will be looking or talking about myself, my own story. I started freelancing as a novice. So when people say I am new to tech, I have not learned tech. I started freelancing as a novice, especially one with educational and business background. So I read education in school, so I did not even read tech. I didn't read computer science in school. Thank you for your feedback. I didn't read computer science in school, so you now say she read computer, so I learned education. And then coming online, I started doing business. So I had a passion with my. What if I do not have sales? How will I survive in the period where there are no sales? That was what gave me the passion to venture into freelancing. I equally applied on LinkedIn. I had rejection as well. So when people say rejection, it's normal. So I applied, I had rejection, and what happened was that in the long run, I had to offer free services, which is what called internship. I went for internship and gig of 300 USD. That was how I started freelancing. So if I can start freelancing from scratch without any experience, you too can start freelancing without experience, build capacity, and then you begin to thrive. Now, I want to address the myth that people say that tech is saturated. When I hear people say tech is saturated, I usually ask the following question. Okay, is there any field that is not saturated? Let's go. When people say tech is full and there is no space for me, that is a lie. Now let's look at businesses. Are there businesses you venture into that you wouldn't meet people or other people there? From church business to cosmetics. I'm seeing the comments here. Thank you for joining and viewing. From church business to cosmetics to pharmacy Yet, intentional business people are still scaling their business. Most people complaining about tech being saturated are people that are bent on the same niches. People that go for the same niches, all the simple. They say, I don't want too much. You see them rush into graphic design, virtual assistants, executive assistants, because they feel it is easy and simple. I wish I could join you. You can watch the video back. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate. Okay, so most saturated or how tech is being crowded, are people staying in the same niche. People that are still staying in graphic design, virtual assistant. Everybody say, I want to do virtual assistants, executive assistant, because they feel it is easy and simple, and as such, they don't want to stretch. Now, in a tech course, suddenly they become so busy with church activities, school activities, and they'll be clouded with the same on-site job that they are complaining about, okay, that the outside job is not paying them well, and as such, they cannot prioritize their growth journey. Now, tech saturation is not a myth. Some people join tech, with what? They are joining tech with bad phones. So you say, I want to join tech. So you see them, they want to learn tech courses with what? With their bad phones. They don't usually have data. They don't join. They are okay. So they don't join webinars to learn any new knowledge. Poor online presence, non-lighted environment. They don't always have lights. Have big knowledge. They attended some of the classes and they could not complete the other ones. Zero excellence in tech field. People that complain that tech is saturated, poor online presence, non-lighted environment, have big knowledge. People with have big knowledge, zero excellence. People that are always, they don't even know too much. If you call them for a ballot thing, they cannot do it. Okay, so they have what? Zero excellence in tech field. Yet they still complain about. While some depend on what? On free courses only. Now, I want to expose you to some of the areas in tech that is still on tap. I used to tell people, if you want to do things, make sure you do it well. Something I used to tell myself that Messi, I cannot start something. Some areas in tech that is yet to be on tap. Number one is tech sales. Tech sales is one area that people feel it is difficult. Meanwhile, it is very easy and very simple. Another area is email support. During our current session and previous session, we've talked how they can use tools like Streak, how they can use tools like MailChimp, and how they can use what? Spark Mail and MailTrack to track emails. But yet, they still sit down and say, if it is not better assistant, I cannot do. And because they have already created one niche for themselves, they become limited. Okay, so tech sales, email support, digital onboarding specialist, customer success manager, remote IT desk support, and then I want to tell you what the success and ways of how you can do what? Learn your offers even when you feel. Now, when you focus your energies on the fields that is highly in demand, yet people are like, you have lesser ends there. You have jobs, but when you are only focused or centered on virtual assistants, graphic design, you may hardly have a job because a lot of people venture to be VA jobs. But if you step up to customer service, email support, and more, you might likely to gain an offer. Now, let us proceed. I want to give you 3 visibility formula that will enable you to land your job offer. So when we tell people to do webinars like this, they don't join. And when they join, they log out because they feel they are wasting their time, but they don't know inside the nonsense there is what knowledge that will give them what the right skill to step visibility formula for you to do what to succeed and land offer. Number one is what identify your quick credibility niche. If you do not identify a niche, you will actually be confused. So I usually say you cannot be everywhere, even if you're a freelancer. So start where demand is high. I just mentioned that one area you see that a lot of people are looking for, hence is what email support, customer success, and we already have technical sales and more. So look out for your entry is low, people don't want to go into it, but the demand is high. When you look out for the demand where the demand is high but the entry is low, you will not waste time to land offer. Now, what are these job example? Email support for e-commerce brand. A lot of business to help them do what market their business and follow up with their customers. That is where an email support personnel comes up. Okay, so if you are a good email personnel, an email support or email marketer, what happens there is that you'll be able to follow up on brands, make sales, and number two is what CRM data entry for tech startup. A lot of tech startup are looking for what customer relationship management data entry. Like we know, all the information that any individual working or using must be filed in what in a sheet. So CRM data entry is very important. It's an important field that any freelancer should venture into and work seamlessly. Another field is what SaaS customer support, software as a service customer support. What does that mean? It means that as a customer support, you'll be able to what identify problems, solve issues for your company, okay, by responding to client inquiries and more. So SaaS customer support is one field has been or that is what on top. Now let us see step 2 on how you can do what get your offers without referral. Step 2 is what creating a mock sample. I will not come online to talk about how you can get job offers mock projects. For example, your demo videos, the demo videos might look at you doing videos on Loom. You know, there's some videos you need to even add some screen record of how you do what, how you did a particular project or the other. So demo videos, case studies, portfolio sample might be what one building block. I keep on saying one thing, that freelancing is about what? It's about proof. Nobody hires anybody without proof. So when once your portfolio or mock projects are ready, what do? You must post them in what? In the right places. The right places are what? LinkedIn, niche communities. A lot of you communities on Slack. There are lots of employment platforms on Slack. Okay, so we have some, and one is like support driven. You can look for support driven on LinkedIn, join them and join their Slack channel. Then you'll be able to put what? Post your mock project there, interact other people, and in that platform, that's where you see lots of opportunities where people do not even know that opportunities exist there. So there are lots of those niches on Slack and on your own. Thank you, teammates. Thank you for joining. Okay, so there are a lot of opportunities on Slack, on Telegram. These are what we call niche communities. Niche communities are platforms that enables you to do what? That enables you to get job roles, post your idea, post what you can do, engage and do what? With others. Alright. So instead of call, email, or maybe maybe just employer to get back to you. You know, those people that apply on LinkedIn jobs and now wait. So instead of you to just sit down and wait, you can do what? You can reach out to businesses. I said this to one of my team lead yesterday. I told him, do you know that even on Upwork, you can message a client directly? And he was like, wow. I said, yes. A lot of ways people do not understand is there are a lot of aspects or angles to succeeding. And then when once you message a client and tell the client what you can do or what they offer, it is very easy for the client to do what, to hire you. So either on LinkedIn or on Upwork or on the platform I have just mentioned, tech-driven or support-driven, on Telegram, on Slack, that will never look to what, present what you can do and be what, credible. So instead of you to wait for let me apply and wait, you can reach out to business owner. You know, send them, cold email and let them understand that you're credible, you can do the job. That is just it. I used to tell people why I am teaching other people freelancing, because I'm succeeding in it. So because I'm doing it well, I need to teach and raise as many people as possible that are interested to do that and then move. Now, let me teach you another real tactics to land offers without referrals. The real tactics to land offers without referral. So number one is what? Leverage on company Slack. Are you aware of Discord? Okay, just respond. Are you aware of Discord communities? I'm waiting for your response. Are you aware of company Slack and Discord communities? If you're not aware, there are companies and Slack group. That Slack that you were taught, that have what? A platform. Okay, so you can use Slack community, you can use Discord. Discord is a platform where you have freelancers do what? Post job there, and the jobs are hidden. A lot of people do not have access to the job. Okay, so you can join decision makers and hang out with them. Now, another way of getting an offer quickly is what? Answering questions on LinkedIn. Now, if you've been using LinkedIn consistently, you will see that there are times that LinkedIn will send you some questions requesting that you do what? You contribute. That response on LinkedIn, that a lot of employers actually reach out to you via those responses. So LinkedIn might tell you or ask you a question to know, how do you think a customer can be handled, or what is the main reason for what no patronage in business? You answering the question intelligently can give you what? Can build your visibility and then showcase your expertise. One hand, a recruiting manager or employer that was actually reading through will see your suggestion or your opinion and reach out to you. Explanatory videos. So some of you say do videos on Loom. You cannot do it. You can use your YouTube to create a video. You can use Loom to what? Create a video, show yourself solving a problem relevant to your role. You must solve a problem. Freelancing is about what? Solving a, you're good to go. Number 4 is what? Warm email outreach. What does warm email means? Warm email means after you see that a client is actually what? Hiring, or a client is actually employing, what do? You can send an email directly, because in most cases, if you're actually applying for that, other freelancers have already done what? Apply for the job before you start the job. So if you send a warm email to the clients, offering the clients that you can do this, you can do that for them, that is not how the clients will not reach out to you. So you send what? Your pitch, highlighting your mock work. You've done that before. Now, you can also do what? Role play segments. What do we call role play segments? Role play segment simply means you are just pretending that somebody told you that there are no roles, there are no open roles. So instead of you to just say, okay, opportunity. Truth is, in most cases, the opportunity do not come as or when needed. So what happens there is that instead of you to just wait, you can do what? Send a response. As if somebody told you that no, the job opportunities, they don't have opportunities right now. So you can just say, okay, happy to share my resource with you, and that this is what I created. So I feel it might be useful for your team. Now this leave the door open. If you send a message to a recruiter telling them, okay, you perfectly understand that they do not have an open role now, but you just wanted to show them what of help to their team. You're a good catch. Have you seen the small secrets? I am just saying this secret so that you understand how to thrive well in freelancing. Now, after hearing all those tools and secrets of how you can get the offer to do, I do not want you to take this webinar as one of the webinars you've been listening to. I don't want you to say that was a nice webinar. I want you to pick one niche, create a mock project, and share it in your professional space before the next one. Do a challenge. So if you're leveraging on email support, if you're leveraging on customer success, if you're leveraging on technical sales, if you're leveraging on what on CRM assistance, what happens is that you are going to do what? Do a visibility challenge. Now, for you to be successful in your not proof. So today, if you go on LinkedIn, you will see a lot of young people, you see a lot of freelancers talking about their learning experience and their journey. Today, I was able to explore a tool called this and that. Or maybe today, I was working with what? Zendesk. I was working with what? Tool of that tool. And then when you're talking about it, you put a proof, you screenshot that page that you're working with as a project and do what and post it out there and write your opinion on what you were able to do, you explored, and the result. Visibility challenge of 1 week. You can do a visibility challenge of even 14 days. While you're doing your visibility challenge, ensure to know what to connect with other people. Now connect with hiring managers, connect with other people in tech that will enable you to engage. Try to engage with people's comments. When you engage with visibility, for your page to be visible, you need to know what to be engaging. So do not just say this webinar was great, I like the webinar. Move from being a great webinar to putting it into practice and give yourself what? A visibility challenge as a freelancer. Now, for well, you need to know what? You need to make up your mind. Now, people says, I got rejection, I got rejected, I feel bad, I feel I'm a failure. Never think you're a failure. Whatever you say with your mouth stands. Now, there is no one that ever started anything that. Okay, so when I did my own freelancing, when I started my own freelancing as a novice, and a lot of our students too that started as a novice and are working currently, they did not know anybody. So never have it in mind that you must know somebody, okay, for you to learn an offer. No. But what happens is things you are rejected. So what do? You go back to the recruiter and check out the description of what was expected from the offer. Now what happens is when you pick up the description, work on the description, profile it to your portfolio and to your CV. That is similar job that you got rejection pops up, you don't know, you will get the offer. But when you have a rejection and then after the rejection you did not do anything, you not improve yourself better, you will keep on doing what? Facing rejection. All of us started from somewhere. We equally had rejection. And that's one, and they had job. If they had, that was their luck. The majority of us started as a novice, we suffered rejection, we learned from it, we grow, and we became intentional. So you must be intentional to succeed as a freelancer. So if you're new to our channel, please also, if you do not have any valid tech skill, I implore you to do what? To join our next core training that is commencing in September called AUSTINE. Register and join, become a freelancer, join a community and a supportive coach that does not just teach you, but teaches you what you ensure until you land your first gig. Now understand that you are a different personnel, so tech is not saturated, but excellence is rare. Tech skill aren't saturated, but excellence is rare. If you're just joining, you can go back to. Thank you for giving me 30 minutes of your time. I do sincerely appreciate. See you next week Sunday in our next webinar where we'll be looking at other issues that actually affect freelancers. Thank you. See you and goodbye.